What is going on, guys? This is Taylor, and today I'm going to do a quick little review of the movie Captain America, or as the title should say on this video, Captain America Sucks Butthole, because that was my thought as I was leaving the movie theater halfway through the movie, because it was a piece of shit. Now, I'm sure there are some of you out there who watched the movie, maybe you enjoyed it. Tell me why. Honestly, this isn't even a question to get comments on the video. Why did you enjoy that movie? I hated Captain America. It was so goddamn bad, and I'm going to tell you why right now. First of all, it took about 50 minutes to just for him to get the freaking superpower. And later I'll talk about why the superpower is such a dubious title to begin with. But the whole time, his whole body in the beginning, if you haven't seen it, he's got like a really chiseled jaw, like muscular looking face and hands and head, and but his whole body is just a little bitch body. It's just so overtly obvious that his head is not the real head on that body, and that body is just a little wimpy bitch body. And so eventually when he does get the superheroes, they can put his real body back and he'll look like he's proportionate. But even like the Photoshop work and all the shit they were doing with that is horrible. There were times where his chin would disappear, or like the lines like around his face, they just didn't match, they didn't look good, and it was so obvious, it was distracting. And his hands, for some reason they didn't give him little hands. They let him keep, they left his big old hands on his little bitch body, and so it looked like they were swinging like pendulums on both sides of his arms. It was bad enough to be distracting. That's how bad this was. And not to mention, as soon as he does go to get the superpower, all they do is they grab him, no tests, not to see if he's healthy. They already know that he's not healthy enough to fight in World War II. But I guess that they decided they wanted to spend billions, or not billions, probably millions of government funding and testing on this little kid with asthma who can't even fight on his own volition. And so they get this kid in this chamber, and of course it has to be a chamber where they lock him in, otherwise it wouldn't be exciting. They have to have a chamber to make it kind of exciting, and suddenly it starts to glow red when the test is going, and then he starts screaming out in pain and agony. He's like, oh yeah, yelling, and the scientists are yelling, stop the procedure, because that's what you do when a patient yells out in pain in an experimental procedure. You stop it. And then he starts yelling out, no, keep it going, and then all the scientists are like, yeah, he's right, keep it going, because we didn't go to college and graduate school and study this for years and spend millions of taxpayer money to learn how to do this, only to be told what to do by a dumb kid with asthma who isn't worthy of superpowers in the first place. It's so silly. There's no reason to believe that, I don't know, it pissed me off. I didn't like it. It didn't draw me into it. And immediately after, he gets his little surge of hormones. As soon as the puberty bunny crawls out from under the bed and gives him his superpowers, he jumps out of the chamber, and immediately, for some reason or another, like something gets stolen for just I mean, it's an obvious ploy to make him exhibit his powers for everyone. And suddenly he starts running after someone because he's a superhero now, apparently. And then he gets out into the street, and he's sprinting. His muscles are rippling. He's super jacked, and I'm like, wow, it's finally going to start getting good at this point in the movie. It's going to get interesting. No, that's where I'd be wrong, because the car that he's chasing is going like 35 miles an hour. 35 miles an hour, and he's running, and he's putting it all out there. He is balls out, sprinting as hard as he can after this car, and he is having difficulty catching a car going 35 miles an hour. 35 miles an hour. Like, how fast can Usain Bolt run? Usain Bolt can probably run like 25 miles an hour. Like 10 miles per hour faster than the fastest person on Earth? Yeah, that makes you a really fast person. That doesn't make you a freaking superhero. Like, that's just a cool ability. Like, if I could run 35 miles an hour, I wouldn't go around parading my ability and, like, pretending to be able to fight crime. I would go join the Olympics and make bank and probably get a Nike sponsorship, or some shit. I don't know. And then, he, instead of going to fight the war, which, after all of this bullshit, all of this dumb stuff, I finally think, alright, now he's going to go fight. He's going to get to go to World War II and fight and beat up on those Nazis, because finally he's strong enough to go. But no! As soon as you think he's going, the main character, I think the lady protagonist, I don't remember her name. I don't remember any of the characters' names, because they were just so poorly developed. But, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. She was like, oh, no, instead of helping your country by going to fight people, you're going to help your country by going around and doing these promotional skits with a bunch of scantily clad women, or as scantily as scant can be in 1945, or not 45, sorry, like 39, I guess? No, not 39. When was this movie? Like 42, 40? I'm just making up numbers. I don't know when this Captain America is supposed to be. I know, obviously, during World War II, but I don't know what year. And so he goes over and starts doing all these like acts and parades and like trying to build up morale for the war, and he's not even fighting. And there's like a 5-minute montage of him just doing acts and like acrobatics, and like with his like little outfit on with the shield and Captain America, woohoo, dancing with women. Like, it was just like a literal like 5-minute montage. Now 5 minutes doesn't sound like very much, but that is a shit ton of time when you are sitting in the movie theater waiting for the next thing to happen. Unbelievable. So and then that's pretty much when I left. I watched it up until the point where he was about to go to war, and then when he finally does go to war, he runs into some secret base of the enemies for no apparent reason. Nothing's really given as a backstory. He just runs in there. He just bursts in and is starting to invade the enemies, and this is the point where most people will be like, yeah, Taylor, why wouldn't you enjoy this? This is the cool part of the movie. This is when people are going to start enjoying the content. But I couldn't get over the fact that this guy, his superpowers, and I say that with big fatty quotes on each side, superpowers are that he can run slightly faster than Kenyans, and that he can lift a motorcycle and like 2 women above his head. Like, I could literally I could find people across the world with abilities that are more remarkable than this, but for some reason, like, I don't know, it just baffles the mind that this entire story is based on fiction. It's based on just, the imagination is literally the limit for what Captain America can do, and all that they can fathom is a man who can run 35 miles an hour and lift a motorcycle. Like, it just pissed me off. And then when he runs into battle, he still has his freaking shield. He's all decked out in camo in one of the scenes, but he's still carrying this tin red, white, and blue shield. And I know that's like his insignia, but if you are such a freaking pathetic superhero that your fucking superpowers aren't powerful enough without a tin shield, if you need to bolster your superpowers with a shield, you are not a superhero. I'm sorry to break it to you. You're not a superhero. You're not. If you are so desperate for protection that you will bring a red, white, and blue emblazoned shield while wearing camo, completely defeating the purpose of the outfit, because you're too insecure to believe in your soul abilities to get you through the situation, then you're not a superhero. You need to get back to work, find a regular job, because you're not special. Alright, that's all I've got to say about that. Don't go see the movie. It was a piece of shit.